I finally get to show you guys the Tuseno Shellback, the watch that I've been wearing on my wrist for the past 6-8 months, whatever it is. It's the white version. I asked Tuseno back then, can you put a black ceramic bezel on this watch? I think it'll frame it nicely. Just make one for me. They did. Here it is. I've had this for how many months on my wrist? I've been wanting to show you guys. I haven't been, and they haven't allowed me. They said, please don't show it. I said, fine. Man of my word, I said I won't show it. I didn't show it. So it's here now. I can show it to you guys. It's actually on their website. They're selling this particular watch. They've made it not only for me, they've made it for you guys. So it was a one of one. It's not a one of one anymore, but nonetheless, they've sent me this yellow version as well. A very interesting color, but I must admit, I do like the metallic finish. Being a photographer, I print stuff on metallic paper sometimes, and this is what it reminds me of. So it's got a nice sheen to it, very semi-gloss, semi-sheen, and it's hard to pick up. It's hard to pick up in the photography, so some of my video or photography might not pick it up. I'll try my best. Let's check out these brand new offerings from Tuseno. Let's dive in. So reviewing a watch like this for me is very difficult because I've reviewed the first version, which was many years ago. I love that watch. They've improved everything. They've basically improved everything that I asked for. They've improved from the bracelet, the clasp, the loom. The loom I actually didn't ask for. The loom was good. The loom is now exceptional. They've changed the bezel insert to this white version like I asked, so that's great. They've given us half links for the bracelet. The movement's changed from the original version, which was a Ronda, now to a Swiss Salida SW200 Elaborate grade. So there's a lot of stuff that they've packed into this watch, and I think if you're on a good thing, just refine it. That's what they've done. So they've listened. On that note, there's not much I can say wrong about this watch. I really have to nitpick. I have found two areas which I will nitpick just to make this watch better. None of these are deal breakers. I think this watch is pretty much finished. And when I say finished, finessed, it's finalized. What they've done to the design, the layout, the functionality, the usability, the quality control, it's good. It's very good. Nonetheless, Tuseno has sponsored this video, so I will of course leave all the links in the description section. If any of these watches are of interest to you, by all means, feel free to check them out. Now, the specs of the watch have not changed. The specs are exactly the same as the previous watch I reviewed, so that's a good thing. The crown, the weight, the water resistance, it's all the same. They've got the dimensions of the specs right back then. There's no need to change. Now, having different colorways on different watches, if you look at their website, they've basically released 8 different models. You see, this watch started off with a black version and a blue version. And what we have here today is a yellow, a white version with a black DLC, a black gilt version, the original blue, the original black, the white version with a stainless steel bezel, which I reviewed last, and obviously a full black DLC. I like what they've done. They've given us some variety. I'm actually going to go on a bit of a stretch. I'd love to see an orange one. I'd love to see an orange dial, maybe an orange bezel, a matte orange ceramic bezel. Tuseno, if you're listening, try it. Try it on your renders. Do something on the computer. If it works, send me one down. But moving on. Now, I did say that I personally had an issue with wearability with the watch because I think they needed a half link. They've made a half link for the watch, but they haven't sent one down. Not for this, not for this. So I've been wearing this. It's just a tad loose. The comfort on the bracelet is very good. There's no niggling. There's no grabbing anywhere. The quick release spring bars don't irritate the top of the wrist. They're tucked away nicely. The articulation on that bracelet is very good. Obviously featuring screw pins, a nice swivel, and an on-the-fly micro-adjustable clasp. Now, that clasp has also got a 1200 Vickers hardness coating on it. So that's one of the areas in the watch where I think you're going to be desk diving, touching things as you're on your computer. That gets scratched up. So having a hardness coating on that clasp is a good thing. Now, looking closer at that yellow dial, it has got a beautiful metallic sheen to it. It's actually quite an interesting color. In direct sunlight, you can see some speck, some sparkle, and in subdued or overcast days, it mellows down. So it's got a nice little personality there. I did read in one of the comments in one of the forums, someone suggested, why don't they do a yellow bezel and a yellow dial? That would have been nice. Just like my recommendation of an orange dial and maybe an orange bezel. Again, both bezels in ceramic, but maybe in a matte finish rather than gloss. Just putting it out there. The action on both bezels has been fantastic. Beautiful. Very nice. They both line up perfectly, so that's been great. Now, the original Tuseno that I did review several years ago, the lume was good. I didn't have an issue with it. And what they've done on this, they've just supercharged it. To me, to my eyes, it looks like it's so much brighter and long lasting. It features grade A and X1 BGW9 Swiss Superluminova. I think refining a watch, making it just that little bit better, tweaking an area here and there, it really does make a difference. And being lucky enough to have one of the first watches in my hand and reviewing it, and now having a version 2 in the latest iteration, it's good to see the changes. It's good to feel the changes. They've just refined it, which is great. Now, no watch is exempt from gripes and room for improvement. There's nothing really wrong with this watch. There's nothing technically I can say, this is a problem. There's nothing there. But I will find some stuff. I did find some stuff that I think it would make it, in my opinion, a better watch. And firstly, that bracelet tapers from 20 to 18. I'd like to see a more classic taper. Something from 20 to 16. I think I mentioned that in my previous review as well. I just think that it will look nicer because that case shape, the way it tapers down, maybe following that design through into the bracelet, could be a nice visual touch. Is it a deal breaker? Absolutely not, because the watch is comfortable. Potentially for me, I know they've got 1200 Vickers treatment on that clasp. The only thing that could make this watch better, put that same treatment on the bracelet, on the clasp, and on the case. You might as well go all out. Now the price is good, in my opinion, $749 US. I think it's a lot of watch, Swiss movement, nicely regulated, great finishing, execution. There's nothing wrong with this watch. And that's, like I said, it's very difficult reviewing a piece like this. I've had this for the better part of 6 or 8 months. It's been great. It's been fantastic. The lume has been good. The legibility's been good. The wearability's been, I've had no issues. I've had no issues. So I actually didn't know, I'm going to be honest, I actually didn't know that there was a hardness coating on that clasp until today when I read it on their website. So that did surprise me. So let me know what you think about this watch, the Tuseno Shellback version 2, some different colorways and case finishing. I think this brand from Sweden has designed a really nice piece here. Something fresh, relatively unique, and very well finished and executed, especially at that price point. Hit me up in the comments, let me know what you think of these watches or designs, or if you've got a colorway, or if you think they could experiment with a certain color, feel free, let me know. Continue to enjoy the journey in this watch hobby, and continue to be nice to one another, and we'll see you in the next one.